Welcome back to Resistance.
The only thing that was hacked was Hillary Clinton at her speech with that college.
Yeah, did you guys see that video? Do you have it up?
Yep.
That's not what we were going to talk about, but she does kind of...
I love when she... That video really was epic, by the way.
Okay, play the hacking.
Play the hacking. Hang on. Let me go back to the beginning of the hack.
Years ago.
This is embarrassing.
That clip if we have it.
Oops.
Okay.
You know, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe a little more or less. For some of you. So man, I've got to get a lozenge.
Little gremlins inside her throat. Little gremlins.
There was one of her faces.
How did she do those faces?
They're extreme.
I told the trustees I was sitting with.
The devil comes out of
After
her.
hearing Tala's speech.
It sounds like she's dying. Now listen, people get coughing fits, but she gets more than the average person. If you can't give speeches, maybe you need to step down, lady.
Oh, man. Yeah, and that's the truth, actually, because I was telling Leah earlier, I was like, I've actually had coughing fits like that, and it is totally embarrassing to have them, but if I had to speak on a regular basis like she does, and I had that issue, I just wouldn't.
Okay, so that was the commencement speech. Oh my gosh.
That was really
okay,
painful.
so there's two stories here, really, and I guess I'm going to put them in one. Okay, so the first story is this commencement speech in which she, and I wanted to have that clip up. I don't know if I did. I don't think I do. Where she literally says, you know, Donald Trump, he mentions impeachment and like Clinton or Nixon, you know, and he was impeached. No, lady. Nixon wasn't actually impeached, but guess what? Your husband was.
Boom.
Boom. Boom. How can you stand up there with a straight face and be like, Trump's going to be impeached? Well, your husband was impeached. You were impeached already. I mean, you're married.
Yeah.
You're married. You're married. You were impeached, lady. You can't go back. And we've talked about this before. You can't go back. You've already been impeached. You little stinker. Okay, so, but what I really wanted to go to was this. This is odd. Now, tell me, when you die,
We're not dead.
What would you like
happen.
people to remember you for? Like, if you had something to put in your casket, what would you want people to see you and remember you for?
My favorite color is pink, and that I was kind and giving and self-sacrificing. Not that I am, but I would love it if people remembered me as such.
That is admirable. That is so admirable.
Right?
But if you had run for president and you had lost, but almost all of the nation's editorial pages endorsed you, you might, as Hillary Clinton said,
you'd want to be remembered.
joke that when she'd like to be buried with copies of all the newspapers that endorsed her. She says, and I quote, "I want to be buried with my editorial endorsements," her editorial endorsements, she said in an interview with the New York Times. "I want an open casket, and they can be piled on top of me. You won't even be able to see my body."
Okay, so Leah was telling me this before we did it because I was not aware of this
newspapers
at all.
My whole
and I
life.
said to Leah, I said, that's not real.
Real
She
news.
said, yes,
Somebody
it is.
actually commented on there. Please tell me that's satire. Please tell me
And
that is
I was
satire.
like, that is fake news.
No, and it goes on. You know what else she says? She goes on to say there. She goes, Bernie Sanders, I would have beat them both. Both of them.
But you didn't.
She says, what she said was, I did beat them both after saying anger is not a good strategy for most people. You can't be angry for yourself. You just can't. You can be indignant. You can be annoyed. You can be frustrated. But you can't be angry. I don't think anger is a strategy. Now, here is the article. Hillary Clinton is furious and resigned and funny and worried. We're worried that you are still writing articles about her.
Yeah.
That you're taking pictures of her with the demon eyes, looking over to the side.
She does kind of look like possessed. There, doesn't she? I mean,
really possessed.
wow.
Like, and what is that she's wearing? Why does she wear the tapestry?
She's, okay, y'all have seen the Sound of Music.
Take down
when
the
Maria
curtains.
comes and she makes down the curtains and she puts all the kids and herself in the outfit from those curtains. And Captain Von Trapp comes home and he's like, did I just see all my kids up in a tree wearing their curtains? Did I just see Hillary Clinton
Those
wearing
are
curtains?
1970s curtains.
They ain't even good curtains.
That is the ugliest thing I have ever. And I don't
Like
mean to put anybody down.
mustard
I'm not
yellow.
putting it, but whoever picked that out, that was just wrong.
Okay, so now that we've picked on her fashion and
I mean, it's not her fault, okay?
Yeah, well, it kind of is. You pick out your own outfit.
So, this author, I'm just going to read a little bit of this article because even though they were spinning it in a positive manner, I think anybody who knows Clinton, it's really creepy. When I walked into the Papaka dining room in which Hillary Clinton is spending her days working on her new book.
Yay, because everyone's going to want to read that.
She's going to get millions of dollars. I am greeted by a vision from the past, wearing no makeup and giant Coke bottle glasses, dressed in a gray mock turtleneck and a black zip sweatshirt. Hillary looks less Clinton and more Rodham than I had ever seen her outside of college photographs. It's the glasses, probably. They work to make her face look rounder, or maybe just the bareness of her skin.
Creepy.
She looks like the woman who's familiar from television, from newspapers, from America of the past 25 years, but like the 69-year-old version of the young woman who came to the national stage with the wackadoodle Wesley commencement speech in 1969. Okay, so this was just like an ode to worship. Yeah. Wasn't it? Like,
it's somebody that just thinks that I'm a really fantastic writer and I just want to put like all of my eloquence into just fawning over Hillary Clinton.
So here's the woman who would have fired Comey, saying that she's troubled, obviously, and then she has created the Russian narrative. And she goes on to say things like, talking about Comey even after the day of his firing is a risky thing for Clinton to do. The last time she did it was in a conversation a week earlier at a Manhattan lunch gala for women International.
We've shared clips of that, I think.
Anna Poor had asked Clinton about why she thought she had lost the election. I take absolute personal responsibility.
That's not exactly how it went.
I was the candidate. I was the person who was on the ballot. I'm aware of the challenges, the problems, the shortfalls that we had. But she had also talked about the other factors she believed contributed, citing 538's Nate Silver's research on the impact of Comey's October 28th letter. If the election had been on October 27th, she said, I'd be your president.
Which is not true.
And she goes on to say, you know, it was chauvinism, people weren't ready for a woman president, even though everyone who supported Donald Trump was also supporting Marine Le Pen. And as you see, we love this Polish prime minister. It ain't because you're female. And I'm going to tell you what, I listened to something today. You crazy, some crazy lesbian crazy, and you had an affair with Vince Foster and he ended up dead, and all these crazy things. Woman, it's because you crazy. You're a psychopath. You should see the comments on my resistance chicks when I shared this. I mean, these people, they don't like you. A lot of these progressives on here, the Bernieites. You think that, you think you're okay. No, you're not okay. People don't like you. Here, like this comment. Agreed. It's so annoying. She has no shame. Shows her egocentric and maniacal, narcissistic and psychopathic she is, that she does not get the message, yet she is gunning for 2020. Good stinking grief.
By the time 2018 runs around and it comes time for her to like get your motor run and to start running, I think that she will have been such old news. I'm hoping she will just die. Not physically, that's not what I just mean, like as a political career, just give in. You know, she's like the death scene that the person never, you're already dead, and then they bounce back up and they're like, but I'm still alive, and they won't go. That's kind of what's happening here. Just
to acknowledge the role sexism played in 2016 is not to make excuses for the very real failings of Clinton and her campaign, which you don't actually mention any of in the article.
Yeah.
It is to try to paint a more complete picture. I think a lot of people didn't believe, those of us who were yelling that it was hard to get a woman president, a Democratic strategist who was the director of communications outreach for the Clinton campaign. The fact that that woman lost to the least qualified human being on the planet really kind of drove it home. Well, I gotta tell you what, I live in Milford, Ohio, and I'm on the edge of Appalachian. I gotta tell you, there are more unqualified people to be president.
Yeah.
And the fact that you say he's the least qualified person is retarded. This is not some Joe Schmo off the street. And I gotta tell you, as much as you may not like his persona, you might not like his policy, the man is smart. Okay?
And the man is getting the job done.
Exactly.
For the most part.
You know, to say, and so you're still out of touch with why people voted for Donald Trump.
And here's the thing: if we had, oh, I'm like clapping. If we had a Marine Le Pen here running for office, she would have won.
Yep.
Exactly. So that just blows your whole chauvinistic whatever theory out of the water.
So it all goes back to racism and sexism. Because they see it that way, they're so incredibly sexist, which is why she picked a white Tim Kaine for her running mate, because she feels that people are really racist.
And sexist.
And sexist, because she is. So she's going to say, well, I'm not going to pick a black woman. I'm not going to pick a black man. I'm not going to pick a Hispanic. I'm not going to pick anybody else. I'm going to pick a white elite man. What are you thinking if you really cared about diversity in politics or whatever?
She doesn't really care. She cared about getting into office, and she figured her best shot at that was to pick a white male. But not only that, she chose Tim Kaine because of his deep ties to the New World Order.
Exactly. So anyways, you can feel free to read this bunch of just hooey. This is long, super long, like ode to "I love you, Clinton." Be
It'll make you
bold,
want to
try, fail, try again, and lean on each other. Hold on to your values. It's like makes me want to barf in a bag.
You're hurting me. Okay, all right. This is Leah Michelle.
Somebody make her go away. She is a zombie. I've just discovered. They have taken all the blood out of her body. She is now filled with zombie juice.
No, she's more like Darth Vader.
She's the undead. She is the
I bet
undead.
she's got like mechanical body parts.
She is a spider that you can't kill. You keep hitting it with your shoe over and over again. It won't die.
That's more like kind of a scorpion.
Yes.
Okay, this is Leah Michelle signing off for Resistance Chicks, where it is not a conspiracy theory if it's the truth. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Mass Faith 3 and Resistance Chicks. Ring the bell for notifications. Find us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. We love you. God loves you. God bless. And once again, I want to welcome all of our new Polish viewers for being here. We are so happy to have you, but I also want to do right near the end, because I want to do this from now until we actually leave. We want you guys to come with us to the Red Pill Expo, which is going to be in Bozeman, Montana, June 23rd and 24th. It is exactly what it sounds like. We will put, I'm going to try to remember to keep putting a link in all of the descriptions of our videos. We want you guys to plan to be there because we are going. It's a huge deal for us to leave our farm and go and meet you guys there. But G. Edward Griffin is putting on, he wrote The Creature from Jekyll Isle. Joel Salatin is going to be there, and we're going to be showcasing, I think, some different speakers that are going to be there to get you guys a little bit excited because we want to see you there.
So this is her quote about the impeachment. We were furious about the past presidential election of a man whose presidency would eventually end in disgrace with his impeachment for obstruction of justice after firing the person running the investigation into him at the Department of Justice.
You know what, Clinton? He was fired because of the way he handled the investigation going into you.
Yeah, whatever. He's a mess. They're all a mess.
Yeah.
Homie's a mess. You're a mess, lady.
But what's not a mess is God's handle on the situation.
Amen.
All right. Good night, guys.
I was cold.